Someone love it, someone hate it. Hi everyone, welcome back to your 100% perfect walkthrough in Hogwarts Legacy. This is your classmate Give Me Latte. Welcome back to continue your studying at Hogwarts. So today this is actually our first day in Hogwarts Castle, and we just finished our sorting ceremony and we've been assigned to Slytherin, and now we are in our dorm room. As our first day, today we have to attend two classes. One is Charm class, and another is the famous Defense Against the Dark Art. Both of those two classes is critical and essential for our future exploring in the Hogwarts Castle. But what exactly spell we are going to learn in those classes? Let's go immediately and find out. But before we start, we really have our free time to look around in this dorm room and the common area, and we have chance to really scanning around. As I said before, it's not just for RPG game to be necessarily to look around. Looks super gorgeous and really Slytherin. I have to say this is much more romantic than Slytherin is in the basement in the original book, and it looks much better than in the movie. They really put a lot of effort in this to make you feel good. But anyway, the other reason for us to very critically to search the Hogwarts is because there's an achievement and there's a lot of secret in this Hogwarts castle for you to explore that's been designed. So don't miss anything. And there's a lot of little tricks about you to find, like chewing on apples. So yes, so this is a Slytherin dorm area. We may not need to search every room in here. And if you want to look at the details, I will later publish a really ambient sound study in the Slytherin common room video later. But not for now. But you can already begin to taste the flavor of how it looks like, right? Yeah, looks like we are in Bolt's basement for castle. But it's always got this skylight, and we have this drapery around the walls, and the decoration, it got good taste of furnitures, better than Gryffindor, or different style, I would say. So if you're curious about Gryffindor's common room, I've already upped a list of a video of studying Gryffindor common room. You can check on that, and you will find out that it's really different style here. Our first quest really find your common room, but I'm really going to look around in those rooms first. So I think this is Slytherin, the founder of the school. So let me tell you why last time I steadily choose Slytherin instead of the other two houses, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. It's really because, see from the design of the dorm room, I can feel like the main character is either Gryffindor or Slytherin. But yeah, to be argued with that is always like that in the Harry Potter series book, right? You can feel like the details, the efforts, the pay in the different dorm room. And later I will release a video about the common room of Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. But you can feel the details is really minor in those common room. And if talking about storyline, I won't reveal too much. Spoiler alert. So if you play the storyline, you can feel like the main character, mostly high possibility, is going to be a Slytherin. But yeah, the Gryffindor's common room is just making so beautifully. Everything is putting hard in effort, so it's really hard to argue. I'm not going to each of the room, so I'm just going to scanning outside, and that's enough. If there's a chest inside, we can see here. That's a strange thing. But yeah, as you can see the map, Slytherin common room is really split on each side to guard the worms. And now we got the task to really introduce yourself to different students in Slytherin. It's basically for you a chance to look around how your common room looks like. And introduce to all the characters.
Already knew that. Can I help you? Oh, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive.
And died.
Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
Indeed. And how did you escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure
if you know what
soon
he's looking
enough.
for.
But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you.
He won't speed up right now. But yeah, that's Sallow. One of the main characters we are going to encounter with so many times later. I cannot talk too much, but yes. Remember this little fellow.
Might want to think that again. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Okay, so she's really focused on the broom. Yeah, she's one of the somehow important character later. We had it handled.
And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly.
Okay,
Perhaps
so
one of
she's
these days I'll show
very
you a thing or two about
competitive.
flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Are you a keen Wizard Chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
And a smart ass.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice
So I guess in this game, students can ride the broom, flying around in the castle, of course for us. We want to do that. But in the real Harry Potter story, it's impossible. It's never could ever happen. But yeah, they have to compromise some of the rules for us. And we gladly accept it, I think. So yeah, she's actually much meaner. When you were other houses trying to talk to her first time, Imelda, she's much meaner than this. This time she looks kinder. I think it's only because we are both Slytherin.
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Gaunt.
So
You must
certainly
remember
remember our
this.
rival.
So yeah, he's a descendant of Slytherin, direct descendant of Slytherin. Gaunt family was extincted after Voldemort's mother gave birth to Voldemort, I think. But yeah, this storyline is much earlier, so he's literally one of the Gaunt.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start
We
right
are
away.
bragging right now.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here.
But
Though
you
I
may
doubt
already notice that his eye is a little bit different.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side.
Yeah,
are
he
direct
said
descendants of
he's a
Salazar
direct
Slytherin,
descendant
one
of
the 4
Salazar
founders of
Slytherin.
Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status. A pure-blooded
Yeah, they have this
Unfortunately,
lots
most
of
of his descendants do not
close
fall far from
relationship
this trend.
marriage. That's why his eyes is not working.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window.
Yeah, as we all
It
know,
is fun to play like
Slytherin
that.
do
You
has
young
its
teaching
giant
first years on the
windows
lookout for hours.
below the lake.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
He
Pleasure was
looks
all
like a
mine.
kind of
Don't
fellow
be a stranger.
in Slytherin. Surprise, surprise.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the
Okay,
stairs.
now we get a new quest. We need to meet Professor Weasley outside the common room. But anyway, I want to take a little bit time for you to look at this, because it's not in the other common room. It's this window under the lake. It looks wonderful. Giant fish tank, right? I know aquarium is really common for us, but still imagining Leaf buys an aquarium in the aquarium. I mean, aquarium hotel is still hot. Yeah, but we won't spend too much time in this common room because my task in here is ready to push forward and walk this game through, not to share the view. If you want to get the full experience of common rooms and ambient sound, you can always visit on those ambient sound cracked videos.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the
Technically,
year.
I don't think it's ever
OWLs.
possible.
Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will
5
determine
years
what
of
type of
classes.
career
If
can
you
have when leave
ever
here. After
joining
much
any
discussion
classes,
with
you
the
won't see
headmaster
that
and the
easy.
Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary.
Unless
to
our
ensure
main
your
character
success.
have been experienced some education outside of Hogwarts, which the game never mentioned to us ever. That's why there's a lot of video guests. We may be the biggest Dark Lord ever in Hogwarts history ever. Because there's just a lot of mystery about our magic or casting spell technique. You can see we've already been very smoothly using our magic, and we seems to have like this giant power, even to wield the ancient magic.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
Okay, there's a chest we are going to finish later, but that's how Slytherin common rooms looks like. And we cannot open this up right now. We really still in the main cast limited right now. We need to follow her. Yeah, it's closing.
Will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Okay, that's a field guide page. We are going to click all around through the game, which is going to improve our experience and tell us about some places, landmarks, story, history. Like this one is telling about Kelpie, which is a magic creature. But yeah, you can see it gives us experience and it's only way to acquire experience points in this game. So no matter how many enemies we've been killing, it really doesn't matter. This is a little bit different than other open world RPG game. Like in other game, you may want to killing small minions first and gaining your power and experience. You waste lots of time on killing. But this one, you waste a lot of time on exploring, and exploring is what fans need. We want to explore. I'm urging to do the explore of Hogwarts right now. Beg you, just let me go. So we can open our field guidebook. And this is basically the main menu of the game, main interaction menu of the game. So the first thing is really about level. Level will increase your power. So there's no really details about ability points as in other open worlds game, like add agility or add power, add strength, constitution. Not like that. This is simple, just your power point and your health, which quite friendly for some fans who's not very familiar with RPG game. And here is a challenge, which is achievement in this game. You can gain lots of things to accomplish this achievement. Once you finish to 100%, then your game is basically come to the story end. So as you can see here, it's divided into 5 chapters. It's combat, cast, exploration, field guide pages, and room of requirement. This is going to be very later game, but yeah, it will time to time give you a little bit challenge bar on the left and tell you need to finish this and to meet this achievement, and it will be added up to here. And the more you finish, you can see all those is being locked. More you finish, the more you get from here. But yeah, that's what we have, and we just continue to follow her.
Inside and outside of the castle.
It's a little bit strange to talking about experience and what level you should be. Because if you're thinking about you're a 5th year student as same as others, how about others' level? What's their level? What's their experience, right? Okay, she's showing us another feature.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use blue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay, that's actually first critical flaw we've been met in this game. Okay, second, the first one, I would say the prelude is too long for everyone, and you cannot save inside in the middle of the prelude. So you have to hang tight for 1 whole hour of the prelude before you save and leave. That's one. Second, the fatal flaw, critical flaw of this game is I understand it's an open world. You will always want to be a fast traveling point, and this is being designed to for this game, but it's really like OOC. It's like another creation based on the Hogwarts. It's not belonging to any original setting in the Hogwarts, even though it's called Flu Flames. But it's not into fireplace. It's just these wall torches, and it's everywhere. Like you don't use this flu flame, say London, then you go London. It's like you have certain points to go. It really takes a lot. You even can flu flames inside Hogwarts. That's so. As I said, this game is for fans, and the fans, real fans, will feel like yaks about that. To be honest, but yeah, it's convenient. So when you open up this flue flame, you can really check on the map and see all the green flue flame is opened up and the gray is not still need to be found. Not just the Hogwarts, because later we are going to have this world map. And of course, you can zoom in, zoom out, and see how many chests you've been collected, how many field pages, where you're missed, and the demiguise statues and the astronomy's tables I will mention later, but it's really everything you need to check is in that. Easy enough. So Professor Weasley has unlocked the Central Hall Flue Flames for you. You can use to turn around, but it's basically needless. You just need to click and travel. That's where I see, yes, I could understand it's been designed for game fast traveling for all the open world game, but it's not Harry Potter. It is even not Hogwarts World Set. It's really a new thing, really brand new thing out of there. And if you put this new thing, it's really hard to begin to explain lots of things of the setting. And they didn't think too much. They just say, okay, we need a fast traveling. I think it will be much better if you just use magic, instead of flu flame. They really need to think through about this. It's no. Yeah, and every time you use Flu Flame,
Here we
is
are.
need to have
Right
this
time,
loading
Silver.
screen. Even
These
though it's
stairs
beautiful,
lead
it's
directly to
still
Central Hall.
okay. So we are in the main hall right
You can get to
now.
almost anywhere in the
It
castle
looks
through
like
Central
a train station.
Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive.
Okay, she did
King's
say it,
Cross
or
Station.
King's Cross Station, so I guess that's from official
That should be all for now. You'll be
criticizing.
expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Because it looks far
And
different
I'd
from
like
what
to
we
be
had
sure you
in the
get to
movie.
Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you
This
left on
place
the way.
never appeared in any movie.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms.
Yeah, I will
witches,
click
all
through all those
terribly useful.
options just
I
for
think you will enjoy
if
it,
there's
Professor.
anyone still
He's a
haven't played this
clever,
game,
entertaining wizard
they can know
and a
this.
talented
I mean,
one.
this game is a very outsider welcoming game, so if you not read Harry Potter, you're not interested in this or never saw any movie, you can
Can you
still
tell
play
me more
it and
about
easy
Defense
to
Against the
catch.
Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately,
Aurors.
we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students.
Aurors always left their task to students. What should I say?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you,
Thank
Professor.
you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip
You're
up to the
smart.
castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that
Yeah,
she
since
was-
Professor Fig decided not to tell
Almost
her now,
precisely what
Professor
Professor Fig
Weasley
said.
not to tell Professor Weasley now,
Speak of the devil.
so I think it's
Professor
okay.
Fig,
It's better for us
your
to keep
ears must
quiet.
have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic.
Yeah, we've
it
already
seems.
been taught. I don't know.
Just glad you both
It's
arrived
never say
in
anything about our background.
perfectly good boats and carriages.
Even
to
we have
Hogwarts,
no
and you
home,
chose to
we
fly
have
on
no
the perfect
family,
track.
we have no
I
old
wouldn't say
friends.
I chose the dragon's
We
path,
don't know where we
Professor.
came from.
Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Even like there's no
Enough chit-chat.
sentences
I
said
need to
you
get to
came
class
from
now.
an
Might
orphanage.
I rely
Like
on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
I guess they left enough space for you to do the second-hand
Good luck
recreation.
today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
I know, I
And
love that.
invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes,
Okay.
Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Okay, so now, technically, we are finally officially get out of from the hand-to-hand tuition prelude of the game. Like that's another 30 minutes counting. So 1 hour and a half to walk you into the game. Yikes. Yeah, they should make it shorter.
good to see
I
you, Professor.
understand
And
they
you.
want you to
I was
experience
hoping our paths
something
would cross
before you
today,
really get
before you
inside.
immersed yourself in
But I
studies.
will see that the
Did I
fight
hear
procedure
you
is really
masterfully evade
not
Professor Weasley's
necessary?
interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch.
I
It was
understand
right to
they
keep the
try to
details to
tell this
yourself
story
anyhow.
well
We don't know when
and
this
try to
path
bring
was
you
embarked
into
upon
the
will
scenario.
It
But
may
to be
require a bit
honest,
more
for my personal
flexibility with your
experience,
time than she would approve
I
of.
began to feel
And
like
she
I'm
may feel
part of the
obliged to
story
share
at
details with the headmaster
probably
that would be better
75%
left
of the
between
story.
us.
Understood, Professor.
And
Good.
at the front
Now,
is really
as
big
capable
chunk
as you
of
are, I
background and
believe
big
the
chunk
ability
of
you possess
hands
obliges you to
holding,
be
leading
well-trained.
tuition,
Happily, you have the benefit of an
which
exceptionally skilled team
a
of
little
witches
bit
and wizards to
annoying,
guide
a little
you.
bit dry.
Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included
I
in
don't
the
know if
field
you got the
guide's map?
same feeling with
Unfold
me.
it and have a
I
look.
would prefer to have like a normal enroll in the school, and later turns out there's some biggest mystery behind this instead of like this big dramatic enrolling first day of the school. I don't know. Okay, so now is the official introduction of the map is telling you that the yellow mark is a main cast, and you can take a cast by track cast, so it's going to lead you. Okay, here comes the third critical flaw of this game. Someone love it, someone hate it. So once you choose track this
The
quest,
map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now,
I know he
sounds
said
like
it's
you're quite a
map
day ahead.
enchanted, but I
Classes
think
and a
is
trip
that
to
map
Hogsmeade
belonged to
just
Harry
once,
Potter and his
including your
dad.
own wand.
And
You'll
this
enjoy
is
Mr.
not that
Ollivander.
map, I
He's
think.
an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have
I'm
more
really not
information
listening
about
right
our
now, because like this
mysterious
is
locket.
all the background
For now,
information.
focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic
And
you are
talking
able
about
to
owls,
master
that's
within these walls.
probably fourth big flaw, and I will not talk about right now. So all we need to do is really to take our quest. We are going to take quest first because it is important for us to getting resources. But yeah, this is a flaw. As you can see, once you use a map, I understand they try to lead your way through Hogwarts because this is really big castle, really big map. But you can see the number here, 104, and this big shining bright mark hanging there. And we got our map as GPS. Literally, we got our own GPS. It just feels so unrealistic to Hogwarts world. But yeah, it's convenient. I've been benefiting from it. I keep using it. But it's just for the storyline. I hope they could come up some else way. Even though I feel like yeah, it is hard. But instead of a driving GPS, I mean, you guys studied in how to develop a game, right? I'm not an expert, but you guys are. I mean, you know, Warner Brother and Portkey game. Okay, so you can see here we got the yellow mark here for the main quest, and here we got a green mark. So the green mark is really about the side quest. For me, because this is an open world RPG game, I would encourage everybody to do side quests. Because the side quests help you to explore and gaining actual views of the map, and also help you gaining experience and help you gaining extra stuff. So just to do it. It's not super complicated. They control it well. So do it.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did.
So this is basically introduction about the side
effect.
effect. This time I will cut it short.
Are there other empty paintings?
So you can read the word and
Yes, a few.
pause anytime
If I
if
can
you
work out
like,
the
but
riddle.
I really cut through. So this is a set
I have the
quest
time,
to
I can
lead
look.
you to do a research in the Hogwarts. So this one is really about this empty frame. It's easy to do. So all the, spell we have right now, it's just the Lumos. So once you use the Lumos, it will show somewhere in this nearby area. Nearby. Remember this is always nearby. And you can turn the Lumos off now. And you just need to search around in nearby area where it looks like what the spot in the frame, in the painting. I know some of them. I can remember some of them. If you can't remember where it is, try to use Revelio all the time, because Revelio will review that butterfly for you, or moth. I think it's moth, not butterfly. But when you found it, you can just Lumos again and lure this moth. So yeah, it's moth. It's not butterfly. And that's the reason why it's always close by, and because once you jump it and try to climb over some obstacle, you may lose the butterfly. So it's always nearby. Remember, when you cannot find a moth, you always look nearby. And Revelio is helping you. So when you're close to the frame, just stop, use Lumos, and it will automatically disappear this frame. And you will have your field guide appear in front of you and you just attack. That's easy. But to end this side quest, we need to talk to Leonora about this.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that.
You did?
Okay, here we have the choice. Either we could really, to be honest, this really doesn't matter. If you want to be friendly, then be friendly. If you don't want to be, then it's okay. I would say it's not that big difference. So yeah, this game is really not about to have a small influence open ending. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm not telling. Go find it by yourself.
I'm afraid I can't tell you, Lenora.
Surely you jest.
I am not, especially when you call me Jess.
You should have worked it out on your own.
You have nerve. Especially since I'm the one who told you about it in the first place.
Come on, I have a Revelio. I could find it all the time.
Solving a riddle that I mentioned and then
Sorry.
telling me the answer.
I feel like the fun of the riddle is really to solve it. So that's why I refuse to telling her. And I also trying to mimic the character of a Slytherin. But anyway, we need to go to the class right now because we just finished one side quest. It's automatically disappeared. So yeah, we need to remark it again. As I said, we'd better to learn the class as fast as we could. Because it's going to teach our new spell. Oh, you can see the door is not as open as I wished. It's only because my computer is old. But yeah, look at this castle. It looks really like it. And the indoor, outdoor is almost close enough. It's good. Okay, we open another flue flame. All the details, material is super fine, super perfect. Nothing to be criticized. Yeah, just keep Revelio to find what we need to be found. Here is our first class against the Dark Arts. We see they are dueling at very first beginning, and that's our Sallow.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black.
Yeah, I'll leave the moment for the new professor.
From the great
Professor Hackett.
78. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be
She's a former
A
oral.
woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember.
To be honest, when I first time played this game, I cannot believe we are going to learn Levioso at the first spell too. Like that's not too excited.
One thing I've
right?
learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity. Especially in the
But later turns out it's super
Now,
convenient.
Let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Okay, another spell learning. Once we learn it, we doesn't need to keep practicing anymore. That's also one of the flaw, I would think. But yeah, maybe that not that much critical.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Okay, so get a little bit crushed there, but I restart. So this game got one upside. It will automatically save your game frequently. Though it's crashed and didn't save, so it's still okay, good, nice. But anyway, we are still in this classroom and we need to cast Leviosa on this fake mannequin. So you can see the basic attack is really not working when it got this yellow shield. So you really need to control to break this shell first. Color match, yellow to yellow.
Very good, but the best way to practice is
by dueling. I love it.
Start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Yeah, it looks like that. So that's Protego. Oh, and we got controlled too. Don't worry about this. Just continue. Yeah, you kicked him out. We win! Yay! First duel, we win! And Slytherin.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done.
We'll get tons of practice of that, because it's open world.
All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Yeah, but we can talk with classmates even though it's just some normal chit-chat, nothing big deal. But if you want to take some experience, that may be a good idea.
Always thought Leviosa.
You can see Israeli can look through the walls where the chest is, and sometimes I hate it. That's another flaw, because you can look even downstairs or the floor above you. And as you can see, the room is locked. We won't learn how to open those locks in the early middle game. So don't worry about this. And you can see they have different levels. So Alohomora is really being divided into 3 levels, and we are going to learn that in 3 stages by an unexpected source, I would say. But yeah, and now we can just wait. Okay,
Nice
we need to
work.
talk with Sallow.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
It is not.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds intriguing. I'd love to.
And unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules.
Okay, he's a rule
Whether
breaker.
it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library.
Sounds
You
like
just
he's
have to be
frequently
clever
doing
enough
this.
not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Okay, so now I think we got a side quest. A side quest that we can be able to talk us into the dueling class. But now, yes, we are going to the charms class. Today we are aimed to finish all of the classes and learn all of the spells we need. And then we can begin to explore Hogwarts. Seriously. Yeah, and that's another treat is showing this trail. Realistic, I hate this. That's a real hating part, so I usually dismiss it. Yeah, just by clicking stop and restart again, it will make it disappear immediately. I hate that trees, like it really shouldn't be appearing anywhere in the Hogwarts. Okay, we'd better to catch next class. I'm seriously. Yeah, remember to reveal you all the time when you're walking around. That would be helpful. You can remember where I need to look at later. See, like there's another pages. It's no harm to get this one because it's not that too far to our correct route. And it's okay for us to walk this side actually. Yeah, you can see they're doing quite good job to make this castle, but the mailing is not similar. Yeah, get closer and you can open up this, and we can check on this too. So, okay. Or maybe not. Maybe we can search it. Let me see. Yeah, if we are climbing those stairs here, it's actually inside of here. Oh, there's a chest. Go collect this one. Yeah, restrooms. Unexpected, right? Here it is. I see a chest. Okay, that's Professor Fake's classroom, even though I don't know what he's teaching. And I don't think he's ever been mentioned in the game. But now we can. Loomis. Yeah, see, if you want to use another spell, the moth will automatically get off, and you need to pick it up again. You can run in faster in the castle, and it won't get lost. See, it will follow. It's always good to get as more field guide pages before you get enrolled into real combat. So this time we are really heading to the classroom, just climbing those stairs up and up. So we now are here. On the left is our classroom. Let's go. Charms class.
There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hello.
she's always the cutest.
So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Natty.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference?
Yeah, they have some old name assembly, but also some new, because it will be very strange to keep having old names.
Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to say now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
I was so afraid he's going to test us at the first time.
It seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okay, another spell to learn, Actio. Yeah, the harder spell is getting. The regularized chasing is going to be faster.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that.
Natty is competitive, but not in an annoying way. But her minigame is super hard.
Outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Yeah, this game contains lots of minigame, which I would say is a flaw for this game. Someone may argue about this, but yeah, it is. It's really break your rhythm when you really focus on something. You have to stop by and play those mini games, and it's really time consuming because they been set to a rather high challenge some way. Some people may say it's very easy, but it's very hard. It's quite hard for me. I spend lots of time on those, and I feel like so tired after
Fun
this.
goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
And they are all original,
So,
like
what better than
recreated. It was not in the books, not in the movies. They recreated in the game for game only. So I would say this game is
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
So basically we are required to use Accio to drag those balls to the score mark 10, 20, 30, 50 to add up have a high score. So it's a controversial different version of bowling, I would say. So it's really hard to control because it's not the real physics you imagine in your mind. You have to give a general guess about where to stop, and that needs a lot of practice and experience.
Splendid.
See, if you miss a little bit spot, it will still be missed too.
Very good.
and your mouse and your keyboard need to react to. So it's not that easy. At least
But
not
there's
easy for
certainly no
keyboard
sport
mouse
in playing
combination.
without some friendly competition.
But yeah, basically now we need to compete with Natty. She's good at it because she's computer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, she's take easy on us first. Okay, we locked on our 50 first. But it's not going to be so easy like this. Like she's immediately reached to 50 now. Some of you may question, maybe you could knock her down. Let's try this. It's not easy to achieve. Because if you don't pay attention, it's really easy to drag your ball down. I will not risk to have that risk to drag her ball into 50. Let's try this. Okay, we win, but it's only because, as I said, I would play this for so many times. We got perfect score.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Okay, he said make it more interesting. He's really not mean this. Let me show you. Yeah, that's how this minigame came up, and it's going to reappear several times in the later game, and it's getting harder and harder and harder. I'm no kidding.
This round settles it all.
And you just notice Natty pass us like a ghost. That really shouldn't happen. Again. It's always easier to drag in the middle because you can control to see when they are departed. It's our time. Oh, we stopped too late. See, that's why it's really hard. Like, even though we stopped at the same spot, it will get reaction for my computer to really react it. Now we have to knock down Natty's ball, or we lose. Not quite successfully, not strong enough. Our last chance. We need to wait for that box to move away, the far one.
Not exactly your typical. Quite impressive.
Okay, it's very close. See, it's still very, very hard for us to win. We can't make no mistake at all to win. Basically. If you want perfect score, you have to try again and again and again and again. It's quite exhausting, I have to say, especially when the gaming is not that rich. And it's not that fun to play.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there.
But yeah, we finished our class. We learned how to cast Leviosa right now, and we learned how to cast Accio too.
Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier.
Okay, so Natty, she's also being transferred to Hogwarts just a little bit earlier than us.
That's good.
I got you understand. They share the same circumstances. They could become friends, and Natty is very friendly, very helpful.
I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Okay, so thus I'm going to dig through all the catalog, but I'm not going to. If you want to read it, just pause there.
Is Wagadu a castle?
As I said, it's just trying to show to who never played this game before. I shouldn't hide those information, but yeah, I won't read them.
You can cast spells.
Oh, yes. I must admit, however.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
So even though our class is really dismissed and finished and we are free to talk to anybody, but we are actually not dismissed yet.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was
because we need to talk with Professor Ronan. He's requested us.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai
it was challenging, indeed.
Though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay, he's talking about some special assignment, but anyway, we're not going to dig this up right now. We've been playing quite a long time and we consumed the 2 classes altogether. The reason I'm doing this, I really want to lead you faster into exploring of Hogwarts and exploring of Hogsmeade. But anyway, we finished our 2 classes. We learned Leviosa and Accio. I'm going to finish the recording today, and in the next episode, we are going to finally explore Hogwarts in some part of it, and Hogsmeade is waiting for us to be explored. If you like my videos or love my company, you can always subscribe or like my video or leave a comment. Let me know your feeling about them. But anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time!